Now I'm live. Oh, Lord have mercy.
What's going
Thanks,
on here?
Sippy. Please hit that thumbs up when you're coming in here.
I've been up in here.
Oh, blonde moments.
It was like, I don't think I'm a flying yet alive.
Good morning, America. Did you have a good weekend so far, Sippy?
I don't know. I've been up all night. That night owl's up in me. That's
Watching who?
me.
Watching who?
I haven't been watching anybody. I've been watching some movies all night.
Oh, are you on Netflix?
Huh?
What do you watch movies on your normal cable?
Oh, we got this thing. I always say Roku or Ruko. I get it backwards. I don't even know what it is. But
Roku, yes, I've
it's
heard of Roku TV. I've heard of it.
yeah, that. And I watch movies on it sometimes. And I don't know. I got in movie mode tonight, so I've been watching some movies. And then
Okay.
I saw that you were up, and I thought, well, heck, if you're going live, let me know because I want to come up live with you and talk a little bit.
Well, I'm always up for that. Anybody who wants to go up on panel for me, I mean, that's free for me. It's free for everyone else too. It's
Yeah.
nice to connect with you. Actually, I actually did. I haven't connected with anyone in a week or so, and I sent a link of these eps. Sorry, I mustn't say that word. This meme about the guy and the island and everything,
Yeah.
and um, to the team in Maine, and then I saw she wrote back to me, "Do you want to chat?" So that I answered her 12 hours later today. Yeah, sure. Let's have a chat. But I haven't given her the link for this live because it's yours. We're not going to speak of it. It's not about her. It's about you today. And it's a good Sunday. Yes.
Uh,
The
well,
astrology is dynamic. That's all I can say. And I haven't done your thingy-majiggy. I
you
wanted
think
to ask you your natal reading. Sorry, I wanted to ask you. You'll get pummeled, and then you can unsubscribe. But it's going to be through this website. Can I enter your email address
where?
on the site? And so you'll get daily updates on how the astrology is going to be affecting you.
yeah, that's fine. You
Okay,
talking about like doing the?
because that's basically all I'm doing. But I don't want to
Yeah, you got my
do.
permission to do that.
Yeah, okay. So
And
I'll just put the shamanic out.
but between me and you understand what I'm saying in the code that it's the 2, not the 5, right? On the
I've only got 70 for my IQ, darling. Yeah,
okay. Well, I'll
not
send
too
you an
cryptic.
email.
I'm very gullible. Okay.
Yeah,
Now I get you. Now I get you.
yeah, yeah. I hope you do. I'm gonna send you an email just to make sure. But yeah, I'd like to read them when they come in.
Yeah, because it's personal reading, and it's also a lot of it's like it's a generalized standard output. It's generally in astrology when you're born in the 60s or born in the 70s, because these planets take so long to go around the sun.
Yeah.
We the guys born in the 70s will all have, say for instance, Libra in you will have Pluto retrograde in Libra in the 70s. Okay, because
Mhm.
that's just how long Pluto takes. It's actually, it's your country's birth year, 450 years, isn't it? 250 this year. You know that?
I didn't know that, but when you said it,
Yeah. Let
something
me
in
tell you
me
now.
because right when you said it, but right as you were saying it, I was thinking it. And also just a few minutes ago, I had a strong deja vu moment. There's been a lot of
Yeah,
things that's
250
taken us
years.
through.
This year is 250 years old since you signed the Declaration of
Yeah,
Independence.
yeah.
And
That's what
that's all got to do with Pluto. The astrologers have been building us up and building us up and building us up with Pluto being at the end of Capricorn, and now it's never going to be in Capricorn ever in our lives again. It's in Aquarius now, so it's a little bit more fluid, um, and that's why it's your 250th birthday.
Well, I know that for me though in astrology, even though I nobody's. You said something the other day, but I can't even remember what you said. So yeah, I want that so I can read it or whatever.
So we needed to find out your moon, so then we know what your
But I know
um,
that there's been like a snap of the finger change in me.
it's for everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone, because what's happened is this is the 6,000 year reset
Well, it
from
definitely happened.
from the beginning of time, from the beginning of our civilization. This is the sixth, and it's 100 and, I think 165 years was the last time that Saturn and Neptune. Now, Saturn is the limiter, Neptune is the illusions, the dreams, very water. That's why you're having, your snowstorm. Your snowstorm, America has had
Yeah,
snowstorms like this before.
it changed me. I was trying to talk about that the other day, and because I am not the same person I was before going through these 2 weeks of being in the silence of nothing but nature
Wow. By
and
yourself.
wondering, and yeah, me and Dobie, and wondering, okay, well, we're dependent totally upon God right now, period. And it changed a lot of it made me a lot stronger. And it also put me in a stronger mode of what I will and what I absolutely will not tolerate ever again because I don't have to. It didn't make me prideful or nothing like that. It just showed me more about who I really am, if that makes any sense. Because
Yeah.
I already knew
It's the
who I am.
difficulties, it's the suffering that makes us tougher and understand ourselves.
Yeah,
Very
and
true.
each
Very,
time you
very
go
true.
through that, it wakes you up even more to who you really are.
And how strong you are and how capable, and we still have to give thanks for the grace of God that we're still around and we can speak to each other.
Yes. And hopefully, others will eventually wake up and realize who they are too. But some of us have to go through harder times than other to finally see that. They got to get to the bottom of the darkest of the abyss
Yeah.
to even get the idea of it, much less really see the light. And the
Yeah.
darkest is where the brightest light is because that's when you just know you don't have no hope, man. But that little bitty bitty light is the brightest light you'll ever see.
Yeah. You know, um, I had this conversation with the lady in Maine, and she said, "How do you?" I said, "Oh, no. What was it? How do you?" She asked me, "So how do you come back after your name has been ruined?" I said, "Well, people forget very easily and very quickly. It's amazing how quick people forget. It's only if you remind them. So you can go through the worst, and the world goes against you, and everybody is an op, and it's like a hive mind, and then all of a sudden they forgot, and then they want to be your friends again. um, because it's such a long time. Because I was supposed to be dead. Seriously, I was not killed, although there was a hit on me. Um, but the hitmen were smaller; they can't touch me, and I don't go around to public places. I mean, you don't want to be shot up by people. Yeah, they'd shoot you outside, just like in America at the nightclubs. You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying. I know
Um,
very well what you're
I've
saying.
felt that for a very long time. I don't need to go to public places where there's lots of people. I don't. I had a customer. He told me he went to like a gay pride festival in San Francisco or LA, and the end concert, the end of the concert, there were too many people and there were fences, and there was like a crowd crush. When they just start crushing the people. And he's an Indian fella. He took these two other guys and a girl. He told them, he says, "No, we got to climb the fence. We got to get out of here. We got to get." He says, because Americans are sometimes just, they think everything's going to be perfect for them, and South Africans, we think into the future. I mean, we were raised with police patrolling our schools in case they're going to blow up our schools. We were raised once a month. We had a fire and a bomb evacuation drill from young children. That's how we were raised. We were ready. We were at war. And now that's what is hitting America now. You have to be alert. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. The world has changed, and there's zombies out there
That's true.
and on
And
these streets.
and the thing with me though is, um, we're all. You talk about a hive mind, and that's true. However, there's also um, some people that are different, and I'm one of them. I don't get into a hive mindset. There's something in me that it's like, okay, let me be the
You
professor.
don't need to be. You don't need to be around people.
You know why? Because I'm not
You
like,
do, you do, but you force yourself, I think, sometimes to be around people because it's not good. And I do the same thing.
yeah,
I don't like to go out.
that's
I want to stay inside. I don't want
you
it
hit the nail on the
to be.
head. You did, you did, because that's why I didn't realize it at the time, Lionel. But God put me in places, and He gave me this gift, and I did it, but I didn't like it. I didn't enjoy it, but I knew God put me there. And as I've gotten older, I kind of understand it a little bit better. Um, but a good way to explain is this. I've always been on this study about Rh negative blood.
Yes.
Well, I was watching this show one day, and it really got my attention because Rh negative blood is copper based. They don't have a lot of iron like Rh positive people do. They tell you make sure you get your iron and your vitamins and blah blah blah. Well, Rh negative people need copper, not iron, because they got copper.
Wow.
Well, I was watching this thing about these magnets. These people, was doing all these experiments and everything, and I didn't know this, but copper will stop a magnet if it's wrapped around something and you let a magnet go flying toward it. Right when it gets to that copper, I don't care how fast it's going, that magnet will stop right when it gets to that copper and not touch it. That's how powerful copper.
Oh. Oh.
And also with Rh negatives, I didn't even know this as a nurse at the time I was practicing. I found this out too. If you have Rh negative blood and say that you got something wrong and they need to do radiation on you, or you're getting whatever,
yeah,
you're gonna get
yeah.
radiation even with a X.
Chemo.
They have to
Hmm.
turn it up more for you than they do for the normal person because obviously the blood or something puts some type of something around you to protect you from radiation, so they have to turn it up more.
But I watched a movie, well, a YouTube uh, documentary of tracing the RH negative all the way back to Persia, Iran. So how they traveled the earth from Iran to Barcelona in the Iberian Peninsula, Spain, and then of course with the conquistadors went across, or even before that, before those times, they went across, they sailed across to South America, then to the Galapagos Islands, and what's that one, that islands with those heads sticking out, that's the Galapagos, I think. And then they sailed again to um, going across the Pacific to the New Zealand and Polynesian islands. And there is in New Zealand RH negative originals. You know, what do they got? The Aborigines. No, that's Australia. In New
The
Zealand,
most
the Maori.
RH
The
negatives
Maori.
are the Basque people.
The Basque, that's in Spain, yes, Basque. That's right. If you
They
meet
still
someone from Barcelona, they are a whiter, green-eyed, red-haired, whiter European compared to the Spanish, like the Mexican Spanish, the darker Spanish, like me looking.
um
Um, yeah, that's the difference, and that's the um, southeast side of Spain in the Mediterranean, and they all got that RH negative blood.
well uh, I don't even remember why I was talking about that,
I
but
interrupted you. Sorry.
no, you didn't interrupt me.
Well, you were saying that you need stronger radiation.
Well,
The
you
doctor needs
do,
to. It's a
but
different medication.
yeah, and but I know why I was talking about that because
Mm.
what you said is the right thing for somebody to do when they're worried that their name has been, all this, and then you just need to sit down because people do they can come after you and all this kind of stuff.
Mm.
But for me, I'm not made that way. Just like
No,
uh,
no,
I'm
no.
different
I
with
know.
I'm different with everything, and maybe my blood has something to do with it. I don't know,
Or maybe
but
it's enhanced. It's enhanced.
it's
And your life experience. Your
there
life
you go.
experience has not been the easiest walk in
No,
the park.
and and
Your adolescent and your teenage years sounded horrendous to me.
it was, but
But I mean,
I'm thankful for all of it now because now
yes,
I
yes,
I've forgiven it because now I understand why I had to go through it and what I've learned from it. And I have used it when I first went on television. I told about my dad. I told about things that I had went through, even the loss of my twins, and why I and when and why and how I found myself self-harming and how I came
yeah.
out of that, and about
You
how
know, in your older years, did
a
you not
bulimic.
did you not did you cut yourself when you were younger, in your
No,
teens? You
no,
went to cut. Oh,
uh-uh. I told my truths on live TV, and I
oh
sang,
wow.
and but just sharing a little bit about myself on here, the truths, I have now become a target of
Oh,
trolls
yes,
that have taken
yes.
my testimonies, things that God has delivered me from, things that God has used to help addicts and alcoholics and suicidal people get into rehabilitation and therapy for, and sadly have lost some to death of those three things just right there.
Yeah.
And I have spent these last 5 years revealing some things about myself, my personal life, instead of doing all these, you know, silly characters just to try to come out of some of my depression about the loss of my son
Yeah.
and trying to get to know people. And sadly, the first thing that happened was a misunderstanding, is what I'm going to call it, with me and Rose. She sees it one way. I see it as a big misunderstanding. But I met you too. And that was really the first channel. But I also met some other really cool people. And through all of this, I
I
have
saw
done
you were
nothing
speaking to
but
Richmond.
run
I
into
saw you were
more.
speaking with me. Did you hear me?
Yeah,
That was so
yeah,
nice. She's
and
back.
that's like
She's
I
back
said.
with you. That's I'm happy. She
Well,
understands you
she's
as well.
always been around. She's always been around, but when I had to get into this other stuff of trying to protect these autistic kids and finding all these people that was bullying them, and then getting mixed up in and finding out that this was this, and then that Jack was part of this and this and this, and you just start uncovering all these other different people, and you're still trying to help them to be better people and to stop what they're doing, and they just keep on, and then they start attacking you to the point that, Lionel, you know how I am. I'll just work with you and work with you and work with you.
Even Rose was shocked that day. I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it. But I don't know. I've also fought with you, but um, I'm a weak. I got no back. I can't fight. I'm useless. Um, and
But you know how
I
I
don't
am.
understand. Why do you
Once I
have to break a person? Why do people have to break people? I've got
I
this
don't know
meme
why.
on my
I
WhatsApp.
don't
Hang
know
on, I'm
why
going to read
people
it to
keep
you now.
on. Why would you keep on and on when somebody's told you? They ask you to stop, then they
Mm,
tell you to stop. They tell you the
yeah,
legal reasons why you need to stop. And you just
yeah,
keep on and on, and you're not just going at them, now you're going for their family, you're going for their
mm,
ex-husbands, you're finding people that has nothing, they don't even know who that person is, and you're doxing these innocent people, and you're calling their numbers. I mean, at some point in time, when you're doing that in my name, because you just want to get at me, well, after a while, I'm fixing to put my foot down, and you gonna stop that shit. See?
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, you know how I
yeah.
am, Lionel.
Mm, I
I'm a
know.
strong woman. I've
And you've
got
got a tough heart. You got a tough heart.
I do,
It's harder
and
than anybody.
but it ain't just that. I mean, I'm not lying when I tell you or anybody that I am ex-law enforcement. I was a nurse for all these years. I am a
Mm,
two-state whistleblower. Prove it, prove it, prove it. Man, pull the money out of your pocket, do your own investigation, but I tell you what, you ain't gonna have to, because Lionel, Jack is next, and I have now I have made a move, and everybody will know by May. But I'm not going to be making any more videos, and I'm not going to be doing any more lives. And I'm on your channel right now, and I'm happy to be ending it, knowing that I am. You've always given me a platform if I wanted to speak to Rose or if she wants to speak, whatever. You've done a lot for me right here. And I've let Natty know. Um, I know you don't know a lot about Natty, but they have just used her to death too. And they're doing a lot of illegal things, and I have had it. So, not
Here's this
2020,
meme. Let me read it for you. Keep what you're saying in mind. So, because I'm holding this thing down so that I can read it to you. Somebody wrote this, and I thought it was a very good meme, and I reposted it. I find it very bad how people treat others. Don't do to others that you don't want done to you, as it always comes back to you. Karma does not play. Love, honesty, and respect costs nothing. Money cannot buy love. And there we
exactly.
go.
Well, right there, it is do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. And greed is the deadliest of sins because what is greed? The love of money. Not the
Yeah.
money, the love of it. And these people will do anything for a dollar. And what does the dollar do? It gives you a dopamine high. But it don't last. And if that's why everybody's doing all of this or just
It's
what
easy to make money. It's easy to get money. It's not easy to hold it.
it
It
ain't.
burns.
But I have a
And
stop
that's
and
even the richest know that too. They can't hold on to their money either.
but I
Money
see
burns
deeper
all.
than just people being mean. I know that they got to have some kind of reason why they're mean, and I'm trying to give them time for God to show me why that person is that way and show me is there any way I can help that person through my nursing training, through my ministry training and what God has shown me, or just can God, why am I holding on? Why am I waiting? But once I see I've done everything I can do and they're just going to go, and then they start going after my family, that's a whole different ballgame. So, um, yeah.
I think it's an American thing. It's definitely American. You know,
Everybody
we
should be this way though.
we're
You
all
can go
white.
to
We're
Walmart.
all white, but Americans are turning out for me to see because what the Africans don't understand is that the Europeans also come back. We're also living in grass huts and mud huts thousands of years ago, but we did become master builders. Um, but somehow in America, definitely there is something. Maybe it's just because it's state by state, and maybe now with the internet, everybody is having this mutual growth, together to become more equal. But definitely there are differences. There are complete differences. I couldn't live in America. I can't live in a country where I have to put gas into my car. God forbid. The attendant, I wouldn't know how. I used to try and do it in England and Ireland, and you have to pump your own gas. How do I do this?
Move to
I've
Oregon.
never done it.
Just just come to
I felt
America.
useless.
Come to America and move to the state of Oregon, which is absolutely beautiful.
Oh
Absolutely.
yes,
And it is
that,
illegal
that's
for
south.
you.
That's south by
It's
Seattle. Yeah, yeah.
absolutely illegal for you to pump your own gas in
It
Oregon.
is.
Yes,
Okay.
you can't.
Oh,
I found that out the hard way. I was driving up through there. I'm a country girl. I've always pumped my own gas, and I got out and
shit,
I grabbed
shit.
that thing, and that man come running out of there hollering at me. Wow, wow, wow. And I looked at I said, "What the hell?" I done had it in my car just to pump it at the store. He said, "Stop." I said, "What? What?"
Must be strange. Very,
He
very
said, "Oh
strange for
gosh,
you to
you can't do
experience.
that." He said, "I could lose my license." I said, "Well, I've been
Yeah.
pumping gas all my life." As soon as he heard my accent, though, he said, "I know you don't know no better. I know you don't." He said, "But whatever you do, as long as you're in the state of Oregon," he said, "don't pump your gas." He said, "You see that sign right there? It was right in front of me, but I didn't see it. I didn't even."
Yeah.
I make you think I can't pump. But I was like, oh, now I'm starting to remember military life.
Right.
I'm a
Yeah.
lady now. I get to be a lady again.
You get attended to. It's
Yeah.
nice.
Here, light
It's
my
nice.
cigarette before I can even think of a lighter. Oh, he's opening that door for me. I'm liking this shit. Yeah, I like
Uh,
that military life.
but
I sound like a redneck, but I mean, I can be both.
no, I don't. I
That's
don't.
where Viv and Lorraine come in, if you know what I mean.
Mm, mm. Well, um, that's why I also liked. I love watching, and I'm a member at Rabbit, the official Rabbit or White Rabbit.
Yeah.
She's in Kentucky. She's in Kentucky, and remember, she used to have the trailer park. That was her when she was White Rabbit. Then she called it the trailer park, and you could book a lot for your own trade to park your own trailer in her trailer park. It was a good idea. It was a
Oh
good idea,
yeah.
but
I've never been
unfortunately,
there.
unfortunately, hey, didn't you go there? Didn't you see that?
Nuh-uh. Where
Ah,
where was it?
when I well, it was on YouTube. It was on
Yeah,
YouTube,
I
and
know who she
that was the
was.
days of Ernie when Ernie was big,
Mhm.
you know. Um,
But
and
where did
when
where was her place at where you could take your trailer?
no, that was her membership. It's all in the mind, really. It's all in the ether. It's not. It's all
Oh,
that's
okay.
so you get the different tiers of the memberships
Oh,
if you
yeah, yeah, yeah.
on the channel. So then you would get a better plot. That was the idea. That was the
Oh,
idea
yeah.
of because we are. I mean, we're not equal, but we are in the crimes community sorta, and some of the people are from the south. A lot of the people are from the south.
I
You know
know.
what I mean? You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yes,
And
I do. Yeah.
yeah, so it's
Jimmy don't know where the
I,
jam
I I
don't
I have an affinity to that because I lived for 2 years in a trailer. I lived for 2 years in a trailer park, so I know how it is to live in a trailer park. So and when I told Rabbit that, she said, "Oh, because it's. I mean, she's got a nice 3-bedroom double-story house in Kentucky. I don't. She wasn't really living in a trailer park. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think a lot of her subscribers were in for real, for real. I mean, a lot of people that listen to you could also be trailer park people,
Well,
and they're the salt of the earth, aren't they?
uh, well, yeah. I know a lot of people that's lived in trailer
The
parks.
Goyim.
We had, you could call it a trailer or a mobile home at one time,
Mm,
and
mm,
a lot of nice ones. Them got modular homes,
yes,
and
yes.
a lot of people are buying what they call tiny houses now, but they're still
Yeah.
calling these big old giant ones tiny houses. They need to name them something else. But they're
I must
made.
tell you, in Europe and South Africa, it's a hobby for families. They call it a caravan, which is a small modular trailer that you
Yeah,
can
yeah,
tow with your pickup or
yeah,
your truck, and you can go on holiday and you pitch up the tent on the side, and it's a
yeah,
whole family and it's a gas and it's you're going camping really.
yeah.
But you dare not do that in Ireland. In Ireland, then you really get the low white class. I don't know if you saw that movie with Brad Pitt, and he was a boxer, and his mother. They lived in a trailer. I mean, the trailer is. I'm just like 5 foot by 2 foot. It's a tiny little thing. You can maybe sleep a little bunk, but it's the lowest of the low class, white class. So that's why they're called tinkers in Ireland, or what are the what are those Egypt's called, man? Travelers. They call travelers. They like gypsies, but they're white. And you don't start with them. They've got a ring on every finger. Every ring creates a knuckle buster in their hand. And that's
I've known a bunch of people
I'm
like
talking
that.
about the woman. I'm talking about the woman.
I
One morning we
know
went to the
some
nightclub.
these
We went to the nightclub, and then all of a sudden there was this a midget tinker, and she was in my bed. She was like,
they have
"What?
little
What's going on
personal.
here?" Oh, clubbing is for the birds. I don't want to do clubbing anymore.
Oh God.
I'm too old. Thank God. Thank God I
All
grew up.
most of the bikers here, they got some freaking rings on their fingers,
Mm,
and
yeah.
women too.
Wow. I was the first to notice, and then that other people I saw were noticing it. Sorry to bring this up, but Erica Kirk showed her true colors when her husband died. She's one of those heavy. And then she even remarked, she says, "No, this is the ring for Gigi, and this is the ring for my husband, and this is the ring for It's just, and they're huge rings. They're huge. You know what the Jews say? When you feel insecure, wear more jewelry. That's why their names are Jews, aren't they? 'Cause Jews, jewelry. I don't know.
I ain't gonna
They
say.
made it up. That's when Moses came down from Mount Sinai, and they had melted all these Hebrews. They melted everybody's jewelry down to create and mold uh, uh, an effigy of a cow or an ox. Yeah, and then they were worshiping. That's how long Moses took up on the mountain, getting God to make the tablets. It was so long up there. It didn't take a day to get up there. And by the time he came down, he saw them worshiping Moloch or Baal, because that was the
Moses
Philistine
was Moses was a Hebrew.
Baalbek.
What Moses Israelite?
Yeah, yeah, he was. Remember, Moses was found in the bushes in the basket by
I
a
know.
princess,
Yeah, I know because but he was raised by
by a pharaoh, by the pharaoh. He was.
okay,
He
but
grew up
his
in the pharaoh. He became the highest magician in
yeah,
Egypt.
no, but I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to go in my mind. It's going blank for a minute. The one that
Yes,
set him into the basket was his mother. Who was his
yes.
mother? What was she? Was
Uh,
she a Israelite?
Supposedly an Israelite slave, supposedly. But remember, that's according to the Bible. The ancient history of Egypt is they were the slaves, and they were enslaved by this nation, and that could have been the Israelites. That actually, because if you think about it, it was after Jacob, his son Joseph, had to go uh, he was sold, and then he answered the Pharaoh's dream, and then he got a place in the Pharaoh's house, and then he became the governor of all Egypt. And the oldest pyramid, which is actually a step pyramid, the oldest one in Egypt is from um, Ra bin Joseph. The pyramid is called Joseph. So now, if you think about it, maybe it's all a bit twisted. The Jews could have been from the aliens. The Hebrews could have been totally from the aliens that had enslaved the Egyptians. And this is conspiracy talk now. Moses, you see the main big pyramid, where they call it the king's chamber. There inside that's the only place in Egypt where there is no hieroglyphics or writing on the walls. There's only stars on the ceiling, and that's supposed to be Horus's when he was cut up by Set. That slab, which is supposed to be where the Pharaoh Osiris, or I don't know, Horus, I don't know, it's supposed to be his tomb, but it's not. The dimensions inside that thing is the exact same dimensions of the Ark of the Covenant. And so, to continue with the conspiracy theory, the Moses and Aaron stole this Ark of the Covenant. Anybody that touched the Ark of the Covenant would die. You had to be a royal priest to be able to take care of the Ark of the Covenant. And then they were saying that's how they actually created. It was nuclear reactor in the Ark of the Covenant, which would be in those days that would create electricity or Wi-Fi or something when it was inside the pyramid. But then they stole it, and they went to find the promised land with the Ark. And then they said, oh, the manna is coming from God. God is dropping all this manna from heaven. Meantime, they had machinery that created this thing on the other side of the hill, and pop, 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 they would blow the food. We've been manipulated since then. And this is the 6,000-year reset.
Okay,
It's all bullshit. All these
right there.
childhood Sunday school stories. For
Okay,
fuck's sake, excuse
the
my
way
language.
you
It's your turn
okay,
to speak.
the way you understand astrology. Let's just go with a hypothetical here, okay?
Yeah.
The way you understand astrology, put that together with what you just said, with also the biblical teachings and other, and see if that is manifesting the as above, so below, lining up with planet alignments and timelines.
Well, we have recorded history with the Hebrews, the Israelites,
Right.
of the very day that Moses came down with the tablets. It was in June, on the 6th day of the 6th month. And it's recorded on that day. Why do they know that day? Because Gemini, the constellation in the sky, because that's what the Kabbalah, the hermits, the Kabbalah, the Kabbalion, the secret teachings of the Israelites, they come from ancient times, 6,000 years ago, and the very first record was on the 6th day of the 6th month that Moses came down with the tablets. And it was when the Gemini is a very boring constellation. It's just like two stars. I find it very difficult to find it. I've got the Skywalker, and then I'll know, okay, that's Gemini. It's not a fancy constellation.
Well,
But
if for those periods,
that's when astrology started. That's when, well, maybe before that with the Egyptians, because that's what they say 6,000 years ago on the precession on the horizon in the morning or at night. I'm not too sure. I could be wrong. Is when Orion came up. You know, Orion's belt.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
Rose always talks about it. That came up in the constellation of Leo. And that's why you have the Sphinx, which they also say the Egyptians, the ancient Egyptians, were taken over by different alien beings. They weren't humans. They and that built the Sphinx. And originally, the Sphinx never had a human face with an Egyptian pharaoh's head. It had a lion's head because the body is of a lion, but the head is of a human. That was changed, and that's happened over the thousands of years that the Egyptian houses of the kings and pharaohs, the different families. Um, I just lost my train of thought. They would paint over the previous dynasties' paintings on the walls. So every dynasty that came, the winners write the history. And that's what the Egyptians, they would paint the history of the events on the walls. And if there was something that previous dynasty, and that was ultimately, I think, the truth of the matter was Moses was called Ramses the Fifth, and he escaped with his people who were maybe more higher IQ or a bit, because they wanted to follow one God. That's why they left, because the new Pharaoh said, no, we're going back to the old way and we're going to follow Isis and Horus. And it was, remember Akhenaten? You've heard of Akhenaten. I think Akhenaten was the one that started the one and only God. There is only one God. And
well,
Akhenaten was a black pharaoh
when you
with
look,
a snake. Yeah.
you just look though at the Bible. Moses, all of them though, they all come through Adam's line, all the way into Abraham, all the way through David, all the way to Mary and Joseph, to the one that people call Jesus. And that's what I find interesting in it.
Yeah.
So,
In actual fact, with the conundrum of the Immaculate Conception,
yes.
then Joseph was supposedly not the father, and Joseph was the line of the Levites. If I'm not correct, I could be incorrect.
Also connected
Mary,
through either his mother or his father
yeah.
through the David
So
line.
Mary was a lower. I can't remember. I think Mary was Jacobean or something like that. I don't know. I can't.
No,
Right.
Mary for sure. Mary and Joseph both was connected though through David's bloodline.
But it was through that he was the. Suppose if Rome hadn't conquered Israel or Palestine, Judah, then you say Herod was a puppet king put in place by Caesar. Herod didn't have the bloodline, but Jesus had the bloodline from King David.
They all knew.
That's what Mary was from King David, and King
Herod
David was not a Levite.
By the wise people yeah, he knew. They all knew that this Messiah.
And so why Mary and Joseph? You see, it was. I mean, this is quite. How can I call it? Sophisticated, much more sophisticated than you think it was, and that's why some people sort of believe maybe they added 1,000 years to our calendar, where we should actually be in the year
7,000. I mean,
1,000 years. When Joseph and Mary, they were going to Bethlehem, it wasn't to give birth, it was to go and pay taxes, because every 4 years, you had to go back to your hometown. It was like a visa system, like a passport system. You pay your taxes and you report to your birth town. This was very sophisticated by the Romans.
Yeah.
I mean, the Romans were the colonizers, and these people have been generation after generation being ruled by the Romans, and before that by the Greeks, and before that by the Babylonians.
Yeah.
They were always subjected to another power, basically, besides King David and Solomon. The kings just went downhill from there. But because Jesus was given a lot of gold when he was born, a lot of gold. Not just this like little bag of gold. Here, Mary, here's a little bag of gold. Go and buy some formula for your baby. No. They got in a caravan and they went to Egypt to be safe from Herod. So you can't go to Egypt if you don't have a lot of money. She had a lot of gold to raise that child. A lot of gold. He was the king to be of Israel. This was very powerful. And this is the other way that the Freemasons look at the story. They try and justify their argument that Jesus, when he turned 33, whatever, he could have gone to, astral travel to India and to China. We don't know about that. But, anyway, it could have been anyway, taught by the masters of the time, by kings and by sorcerers and magicians to be the best, like Moses. Moses was a magician. So Jesus was on a crusade to take over Jerusalem from the Romans. That was his. This is what the Freemasons were saying. And so along his journey, he met a fisherman called Peter Simon.
Yeah.
A fisherman, a thick murderous, adulterous, womanizer, pedophile man, and he said, put down your fishing rod and become a fisher of men. No, no, no. This became his biggest bodyguard. And every one of them, Matthew was a tax collector. All of them were evil people, dark, evil people. His 12 disciples were only learning from him. He brought them out of their normal, worldly, secular life at the time. And they were heavy gangsters.
I just thought about something.
They were his protectors. They were his protectors. That's why Peter cut off the soldier's ear.
Peter,
and so that's another way of looking at it. Then so when you are selling your politics to the world, you need to get the rich people in your pockets too, because Jesus said you'll find a penny in the fish's mouth. But on the other hand, Jesus was very rich. That's why he could say to these men, no, just follow me and I will feed you. There will always be something. And then his first miracle is he turned water into wine. Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, the Freemasons, they don't believe this miracle, which it can be a miracle. In those days, there were many things where they deceived the people with trickery and magnets. And people would worship these deities because of the trickery and the just basic trickery, which is also magic, magicians. But they said, no, the rich people, they ran out of wine, this wedding that Jesus was at, and Jesus supplied some more wine. He sent one of his disciples to go buy the wine, and the wine was replaced. And it was a miracle. Better wine.
Yeah.
To get the people on his political path to become the king of Israel, the king of the Jews. That was his life purpose on earth. Because they crucified him and he rose again, we became Christians. He was a Jew. He was the king of the Jews in his walking, living life. I've had my preaching now. It's your turn to speak. Did you go away? You also.
No, I was turning my heat up a little bit. It's getting chilly. I think we're fixing to have a little bit of a cold spell.
Is it dark still there?
No, the sun's come up.
Okay. How's Dobie?
He's doing good.
Well, there we go. At least you've got a companion in Dobie.
Oh gosh, yeah. Yeah, that's another thing too I've been thinking about. He's going to be 12 in March. And
wow.
That's good.
Very strong dog.
But for a dog his age and his breed and everything, I've probably got maybe 2 more years with him, and hopefully they'll be good years. But you never know. And I'd like some peaceful time with my dog without all this drama and everything. And
do you want to talk about the drama?
Yeah, I do. Because like I said, this is going to be the last time anybody's going to be hearing from me for a while, if at all ever. And if they do hear from me again ever, if not me just coming back here and just saying whatever I want to take my own channel back, is that those that do know me, that I've been putting up with a lot of crap. And I am very satisfied and thankful for this one you keep talking about, Lionel.
Yeah.
Uh, for you know, finally uh, ceasing, and actually proud of her. Uh, Feeling a whole lot more at peace myself, and feeling a whole lot better for her. And I will admit, been every time I see that, that she's making a cake or something, I can't help but I have to watch it. I love them little baby cakes that she makes. But then I do, especially them chocolate ones. Oh my gosh! And I don't remember if that was a carrot cake or something she made. And I think, oh my gosh, if
Mm.
that's carrot or apple cake or something. But anyway, I'm just glad she seems so much better, and that makes me feel good because that's all I want for her anyway. But I also want to go ahead and address the fact that I was doing a whole lot better, and I'm going to address Dot because Dot addressed me. And when she last time that I talked to her, she came up on your panel when we was all worried about her, and I'm sure you still got it. I wasn't recording it or nothing, but sh- it's when we all didn't know what had happened to her and if she was okay or not, and I had just been up there live on your panel myself crying about it and very, very aggravated. And then she pops up and she lets us know that she's okay. And then she says, um, I have been back. I came back that night. And I've always had the question, well, okay, thank goodness you're, that, just praise the Lord that you're okay. That's all I wanted to know. I mean, it made me sick. It honestly made me sick that I didn't know if she was okay or not. And then I was thinking, after the shock of it was over with, is why did you wait all that time to let us all know that you were okay? But anyway, what really got me is she said, I don't want you thinking about me. And I think, okay, well, I understand that because I understand how Doc can be. But I'd already made my mind up if she ever said that to me again, because she said that to me several times before, that I wasn't going to have anything else to do with her because she's put me through this cycle uh, several times, and I just kept that to myself. But under the circumstances now, since she has been left alone by this one in Maine, she's been left alone by me, even though I don't feel like I was doing anything to her. Um, this is just another cycle she goes through. And I know that, and she knows I know that. She even said it on her own channel when she brought me up again, that I know her better than anybody, and I do, and she knows I do. But now, Jack, um, the one I've told everybody, stay away from this guy, he's dangerous. Just, you got to poke your nose in, and you're going to fall victim to what he's doing. And Jack, it, that's why you won't be seeing me here on YouTube for a while, if at all. And this is my last live, is sharing it with Lionel right here on his channel. Because I asked Jack, I even went over on his live panel and asked him, Jack, are you going to stop? Just tell me. He liked to answer me in German. He loves that German stuff, y'all. Nine, three times. Nine, nine, nine. So I answered back in German. Danke. Thank you. So I don't need to know. That's it. And so action has been taken. Oh, and now I want to say one more thing, Lionel. Peggy, if you come over here and watch this, I do have a word for you. I don't know you. I know of you. As a matter of fact, there was like 3 or 4 different Peggies that jumped up in Lionel's one time. And actually, you did come over to my channel one time. And I wasn't being mean to you. You was talking nice to me. But then all of a sudden you wasn't. And then all these other Peggies come in. You know what, Peggy? I got a pretty good high IQ. I am RH negative. I don't think like most people. I can analyze in a snap of the finger. And I already knew from watching you in other places that you are a backstabber. You're an instigator. I called you out at the very beginning. You're an instigator. You think that if you fool me one time, you're going to fool me again? Honey, you never fooled me in the first place, and I never trusted you in the first place. And I also saw that you just was a hearsay kind of person. I heard, and I think. You don't know a damn thing about me. All you're doing is taking what you think, what you heard, and from my understanding, your understanding of what? You don't understand nothing. I told you, if you want to be a part of this, I was up there on that panel and I said it. Don't say you didn't hear it. I've already said it, now I'm saying it here. You want to be a part of this? Keep on. Because I will find out exactly who you are. If I can find out who these other people are, I don't think I can find out who you are. And you want to get in the middle of a lawsuit? Okay, you really want to know for sure? Quit asking them if they know. You figure it out. Because if you don't, I'll prove it to you. Just like Jack's fixing to be finding out. When? Can't tell you. But y'all be finding out something in May for sure. Pretty sure of May. But that ain't all you gonna find out. So quit getting in people's business, piggy. I don't guess and point my finger at somebody and say, I know you're so and so. Now I know Piggy. I got that wrong. He said, that ain't me. That ain't Sippy. When I call your name, you'll know I know exactly who you are. But don't worry, I won't dox you on here. Because I'm going to be on here. When I file lawsuits, I keep my mouth zipped. Until my attorney tells me I can open it again. This ain't going to be no fun. But when it's over with, who knows, it might be then.
But I wonder if Peggy is the same as, what's that other woman's name? What was her name?
I still
The
want to
last live that Rose did, then Heather Pahini came in and under another, and she even asked the person, "Oh, Heather, are you really want to use that handle? I thought you were going to come in as so and so." And I thought, oh no, this is. I mean, she really slipped a nugget out of her mouth, that Team Rose, and so if I said the word name now, you would know exactly who I'm talking about. And we always thought, and that sometimes that person also, people would, she had different socks, and other people would come in as her name as well at the time. It's like, oh, just far too confusing, you know. That's the problem. When you're trying to confuse everybody and you're going on a lie, it's difficult to, then you have to repeat the lies. It's just a sick web of paid trolls or free trolls. I think Lizzo knows everything. She needs to be interrogated. I think that. Or Maria G. The two of them, yes. We should interrogate them and ask them, tell us who are the one, because
Uh,
How
the-
can she be so friendly on her live when this was the woman that she had to pay $250,000 for calling her a sea creature? And she's speaking, smiling, like, then, everybody thinks we're fighting, meantime, then I'm smiling at you, that type of thing. And then
well,
Rose tells me, no, I don't forgive that easily. It takes a long time to forgive. I said, well, I don't know. What do you have to forgive me for? I mean, I didn't take $250,000 from you.
well, the thing is, Lionel, this is a lot easier to do than what people think. Jack is my number one. I've got his real name. I know his address. I know his phone numbers. I know a lot of stuff. And it's him that I'm going after as my primary. But I don't have to have the real names of all these other people because all of my evidence features all of these people that are going along with him and commenting. And it's recorded right here on Cyber. And not just Cyber, but also I've got evidence on our phone calls we've had and all kinds of stuff. But just keep it on Cyber. And when I turn that over as part of my evidence, my attorney has the right to ask the judge uh, for VPN numbers and everything else. And it will go straight to the people and they will be identified and they will be summoned to court. And also, I have a right to sue each and every one of them too, including Peggy, for everything that she has typed about me. But she don't go on the panel. She types. And she has
She's a
defamed my name.
keyboard warrior. Keyboard warrior, they're
Oh,
called.
she sure is, honey. And I've got so much shit she has said about me. Not just there at Jack's. I've been doing this for 5 freaking years, Lionel. You know that.
Yeah, yeah. No, she's made me blow her gasket a few times. The one time I actually ended the live just like that because I didn't know how to delete the comment. It was back in the early days of me doing lives. Even I still make that mistake. I'm still so. I suppose that's what Rose also did to Heather Panini. I'm still nice to the trolls, the socks. The socks that come and join me. You're still nice to them when they're still being nasty trolls in the comments.
Not
you know
me.
and you just need to delete it. You just need to block the person. It's like the last live I did, the naked live. I had to put it onto adults because just being in your underwear is not good enough for YouTube. And I called it naked live, so it's knowing what you're going to be seeing. And it didn't get doxed, even though this person, because I stood up and then they saw my underwear. And this person in the chat, I just reported you, and I should have reported her. Or here, I felt like it was a her. I said, okay, you don't have to tell me you fucking reported her. I said, you can fucking report me. I've shown my penis before, even before. It's not a difficult thing. Everybody knows me by now. But I should have just blocked her from the channel and reported her comment. you know, but I didn't. I still interacted. You still, I suppose, cordial with the people that are still watching and in the chat. Whoever they may be, that generally your ops.
Yeah. Well, I've been doing that now for almost 2 years, and if they ain't gonna stop, I'm gonna stop them.
What is
Because if they
Jack's
mess
claim to
around
fame?
and they're gonna push somebody to suicide, is what they're gonna do.
What is who? What's her name?
Jack and
The young
them.
girl. What's the young girl's name again?
Young girl.
He always. Well, she's young. She's on the spectrum. What's her name again? She does
Oh,
karaoke. What's her name?
Natalie.
Natty. Natty.
Yeah.
Do you think they're playing with her?
Yeah, I mean, there's a time to back off, leave her alone.
But she's in love with Jack, isn't she? She's
Uh,
always been in love with Jack.
uh, uh, I can't diagnose Natty, but I do know that she is a chronic alcoholic,
Oh,
and she also um, she has mental health problems that she needs help
okay.
with, and she behaves in ways that I don't think she would behave in if she didn't have past trauma. And
Is she very sexually active?
she's she's an exhibitionist, and she's a mother, and she's married, and she's not
Oh, wow.
responsible,
Oh,
and she gets a lot of bad slack, and I've given it to her myself. But I think that, but uh, God has shown me something in her that because she loves God, but she acts right the opposite. But I still see that little ember in there. It's like she's like 40 something, but she's got the mind in some ways of like a 15-year-old, and she definitely can't pay attention. But they they are terrible to her, and very unwise. They get on to her for not being a good mother, but the kids will be around and they'll be talking some of the most vulgar, awful stuff and saying bad things to the kids that they shouldn't say about her. And that's one thing that Jack hates about me, is because I will not go along with that shit. I was all for, let's do what we got to do to get her into a long-term rehabilitation program. And when I thought we were working together, but when I realized just how far they would go, and I didn't agree with that tactic, well, he just blew up on me, and he's very, very revengeful. Well, he's going too far with me. I'm not the one to mess with, dude. Oh, y'all need to back up from me.
but how do you mean messing with you? How does he mess with you?
Just telling all kinds of lies and defaming me, that I've said things, done things, uh, trying to dox my real name, um, trying to find my brothers, trying to find my ex-husbands, trying to find their phone numbers.
What
Uh,
for?
just, I don't know, to talk to him, I guess, and ask him questions, anything. They found um, they found a phone number of somebody they thought was my brother, and did this on live, Lionel, and every bit of it's recorded.
Fuck.
Um, see, I'm not hooked up to record everything. I told you I don't work by myself, and somebody else got it, and I seen it. Anyway, they found somebody. They always tell everybody that I killed my dad, but I
Oh,
didn't.
that
My
was what I opened that door. I
well,
said that once. I
yeah, but
know.
I
Just,
didn't.
but you say it. when you want to fight, then you say things
I
um,
say he forced
that
one of
are
his children.
malicious,
I
but it's
don't
fake.
I don't
It's
like
not
having
real.
to say that my brother did. I'd rather say because I'm putting it on my dad. It's my dad's fault. It's not my brother. So I'd rather say that, my dad forced one of his children to take his life. That way somebody can just assume which one it is. If you want to assume it's me, fine. But
Mm,
don't say it was me and don't say it was my brother. But now I have to say it's my brother because of the way people twist it up.
yeah.
See, some things I just want to just listen to the story and don't
Mm,
come
I
at me.
know.
You know,
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
but some people are so immature and they're just looking for something. Well, now I can.
I mean, it's a traumatic thing to have gone
Yeah,
through as a child.
it's enough
Anyway,
just to talk about it. So why you want to
yeah,
come at me about something like that? Now you're gonna force me to
yeah,
just go into the whole damn thing? If I just got to paint
yeah.
the freaking picture for you, it ain't enough. So that ain't enough. And then you got to come at me about my son. And why the hell does it say I'm here at YouTube in the first place? I came here
Yeah,
because of my son, and I'm not going to
yeah,
stop talking about him. I'm not. And why should
right.
I leave YouTube? I'm going to get your ass off of YouTube is what's going to happen. Not me. I'm not surrendering. I'm not going to wave no white flag and say, okay, I'm so sorry. Yeah, not again.
He sounds to me like a woman scorned, and that's why he wants to get you back. Yeah, he upset with you. He was in love with you
I don't know.
in
Well, if he
a
was,
YouTube street kind
I
of
don't
way.
know it. He never acted like he was. I never picked up on no kind of feelings like that. He's mostly always talking about Natty, or we was talking about other stuff
Oh,
like
oh,
paranormal stuff and just
oh.
crazy goofy shit. Um, I never picked up on nothing like that.
So what
But
started the
so
fights then?
really, for him to say that I was coming on to him, not really that bad surprise because if you'll listen to him, every woman he talks about, Lionel, wants him. It's like every woman he talks about. It's like he brags that he's this woman's man, this lady's man. I don't believe that's for nothing. Don't. He just always talking about all these women. But yet he's online all the time. If he has all these women, what's he online all the time for?
I
He
don't know. My neighbor, my tenant upstairs, he's got a lot of women. When women are right, they were right. He's got a lot of women too. So
well, I
women
just
women are sexual animals like men too. Um,
well
you
he's
know.
not a bad looking guy, but
I'm talking
he
about today's day and age. It wasn't like that. Well, you never lived a life like that. You
hell
remind me. You remind me of a Mormon wife. They always had the same hairdo, the same hair. Remember those? But you and my sister had that hairdo with a high up, like
you
crown with the hair, and then the hair back straight at the back.
you ain't seen my pictures when I was younger.
You did show it once, I think, and that's why you even looked like a Mormon wife. That was the look back then for Christian women. That was the
You
way
talking
they
about
wore their hair. I don't know
you
why.
when I had dark hair?
Yeah, yeah, a very big coif in the front. I wonder if I can find a picture like that. A
I've had,
typical Mormon wife.
I don't think anybody ever looked at me like a Mormon wife.
I wonder if this is going to work. Well, sorta, sorta. I asked the question: a typical Mormon wife look in the 80s. Now let's no. A typical Mormon wife's hairstyle in the 1980s was characterized by high volume, big hair achieved through perms, teasers, roots, and significant amounts of hairspray. Common styles included but if what I'm trying to say, if you can see, the top here would always be that big coif, and it wouldn't be so big at the back. There, that coif at the top there. Where is it? There, like that,
Mm. Well,
like
one of
that.
these
Dude,
days, when
that's
I can
up,
get
dude.
out my stuff from way back in the day when I was on these TV programs, because I cannot remember what I look
I've got
like.
it, I've got it, I've got it, I've got it. There's Sippy. There's your hairdo, Sippy. Look at the ginger one. Oh, look at her
Oh,
eyes.
wait!
Oh
I gotta
my
get over to
God.
the. I gotta get back over to the channel. Hold on. Where is it?
To the way. Oh,
I gotta get.
you can't see. Okay,
Wait! I
there.
gotta get.
Can you see
Wait! I
now?
gotta find it.
Okay.
No, just let me open it up. Well, I'm over here on your channel. Let me refresh it. Okay, now. No, my hair never looked like that. That's a Pentecostal look.
That's the way I pictured you when you remember when you told a story once where you were single and you went to a bar and you sat at the bar and you just ordered a soda pop or something like that.
Oh no, my hair
And
never
you
looked
were
like
wearing
that.
a blue
I
dress.
always wore my hair down.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm. Sure did.
There, look at
I didn't wear dresses like that
that. Polygamy chic. Polygamy chic.
either. Hey,
Thank you.
uh, no, go find some. Go find a shag cut, like a woman's shag cut.
Yeah, we called it a shaggy dog. Yeah. Mm.
See what that looks
Um,
like.
and that was like the original one that I showed you. Mm. Like
I have
this.
like a shaggy, messy cut.
There you can see it. Mm. Can you see that?
Hers is
Like
curly.
what's her name? Like what's her name? Like the actress from The Lady in Red. What was her name? Julia Roberts is here. It's
Yeah,
like
but
Julia Roberts style.
mine is kind of straight with volume.
Uh-huh. So you didn't have curls when you were younger?
No,
Oh.
it's volume. It was kind of thick, but it had a lot of.
You have a lot of hair. Like my mother also. She's got a lot of hair.
Mine's thinning.
Is it
I
thinning?
had a lot of hair, and it was always cut in a lot of layers, like a shag cut,
Yeah.
kind of messy looking,
Mm-hmm.
like a wild woman. Sexy.
But you also a little bit of a shapeshifter. I
Yeah, I
still
do.
remember
I
that
do.
video. You made a video of you were in the boat. You were in the boat on your water in front of your house there. And somebody was videoing you. And your hair was completely back in a bun, and you had your glasses. And that was the first time I saw, oh my God, this is a granny look. But then the butterfly, remember the butterfly came and sat on your hand
Yeah.
in the middle of the water. What is that butterfly doing over the dam?
I don't
Well, the
know.
butterfly is by the grass, and you were in the middle of the dam on the boat, and there a butterfly came and sat on your hand. You were very magical that day.
Yeah. You're not the first one that tells me that I shapeshift into
Mm,
looking like different people.
mm,
Uh, or I got the same face, but it's like I shapeshift into a whole different energy.
yeah, but even in psychology, they've done studies on people with multiple personality disorders, and when they change into a different personality, even the freckles on their skin and the spots, their beauty spots, their marks, change position. Did you know that? So
Uh,
when their personality with inside them changes, even their outside physicalities, you can notice the difference in through the different personalities. So
I
maybe that's what we
believe
both got a little bit of. You know me, you don't know what color my hair is going to be tomorrow.
that. Well, only thing I know about me that for sure changes is my eye color,
Mm,
and
mm.
I know when it's changing, and I know that I'm not in full control when that happens on how I'm going to react.
Well, mind change.
Yeah, yours
But
are bright.
generally, I see it when I've had a heavy night of drinking and
Yeah,
my eyes are bloodshot, and then they are greener. I think it's because the bloodshot shows the green more out. It enhances it, I think. But when my eyes are clear and not bloodshot, I've got chocolate brown eyes.
yeah.
What was that whistle?
I'm just turning this heat thing up. Feels like it's getting colder. I wonder if it's going to be colder today than it was last night or something.
You've got a space heater there.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's a loud one too.
Yeah, you know what, hey? You were talking about Dot earlier, and after my episode with Dot, that's when it was Dot and Sierra. Sierra's stint with Rose, and then Dot. I fell it right into the trap. I did exactly what she wanted me to do, and then after that, my channel got no more views from America or Australia.
Well,
So whether I was right or wrong, Dot was the dominant denominator, the common denominator. And all for what? For her to get more views. Fucking
well,
boring. Sorry. I mean, I might be boring, but it's funny. I laugh. There's nothing to laugh about when you're watching Dot. It's just misery and depression. For fuck's sakes, man. At least you try and shapeshift into an entertainer when you go live.
well,
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's a thing with women where you all want to get together in the kitchen and talk about your problems, how the world is treating you badly, and how bad your health is. I mean, my mum did it. My mum had a relationship with her disease. And in the end, it turned out she didn't even have a disease. It was all in her head and in the doctor's head too. Of 10 million rand after that, after 10 years of bullshit, she doesn't have a disease now. But she doesn't have a stomach or an intestine either. Makes me sick. I don't know. Maybe that's why I'm single. Maybe that's why I don't have children. I'm selfish that way. At least you were a mother.
Well, I'm
You
I'm
want,
learning to learn to become more selfish.
oh,
We're brought up say, don't be selfish. Don't be selfish. And in that we interpret it
the
to never.
narcissist says, the
Yeah,
narcissist will tell you don't be selfish. You're right.
it's like, well, yeah, but it's like it kind of puts it in your head if you think about it. Like, don't ever put yourself first.
Hmm.
And I'm learning that you better put yourself first.
Yep. Nobody else will.
No, and you got to take care of yourself first before you can take care of anybody else.
That's true.
And you also have to love yourself first before you can really ever give true love to another.
Really, but then it's not real love to another. You're quite right. But look, none of us are perfect. None of
No?
us are perfect. There's something in our DNA that just snaps us from perfection, I suppose.
Well,
We've got the right intentions and ideas to be how we want to be, but what is it? Is it laziness? I don't know.
I
And
think
it's
once you
easy to judge
identify,
some. Easy for me to sit my side and tell you how to live your life, or tell Dot how to live her life, or tell Rose, and vice versa.
yeah.
But you can't until you've walked a mile in somebody else's shoes to tell them how to live their life.
Well, that's true.
So maybe that's a consideration that you could consider. Oh, but look, if people are evil, they're evil. It's not for you to change them.
They're not going to be evil to me as long as I have my constitutional rights to my civil rights that says that I have a right to my likeness, my name, my reputation, my face, my voice, my truth, the right to not be harassed by my son's death, not the threat that somebody's going to come and harass me here or take my life, my right to let you know I will fight you by law. And if law lets me down and I spot you somewhere around me after you've made that threat, I will take it that you're coming to do exactly what you said you was going to do by taking my life, and I will take yours first if I can. Ready to go.
Spoken like a true Appalachian.
Like a true woman that lives in the South and don't know no different. Just like I told my
Yeah,
daddy I would do him, and I would have, and regret every day that my brother had to do it. And it's still a trauma to this day that it even happened. And I'm getting tired of people making it up like it's something funny and going to try to call my brother, want to talk to him about it. No, you done took it too far.
imagine that. Imagine that you want to call up a stranger and talk about the most traumatic incident in
Yes,
your life.
that's
I
when
mean,
it
that's
crossed the line,
ridiculous.
Lionel, right there.
Yes, yes.
There's boundary lines. I've let them cross a lot of my boundaries, but that one right there, nope, game over.
Oh, that you just reminded me of what was that other girl's name? Oh, and she got so caught out. It was when I went to hospital as well, and I put on the community page, I'm in hospital, and she came up. What was it? Crispy treat, crispy treat. She commented, "I'm also in hospital now," and then we found out, oh, she lied. She lied. And she was lying to everyone all the time. She also I think, sort of MK Ultra'd as a child. She was a child actress. Know what that does to children, child actresses. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know if you found out about Shirley MacLaine, or what is Shirley Temple's life.
yeah, I've
They
known
were
about
they were
Shirley
they were
Temple.
real. They were child slaves. That's what they were, and they were abused. But
Yeah,
she finished up being a complete cokehead. Really, she was always high and grifting for money, and that's how they wanted, because these people. She asked for donations for a hospital stay, and then they just wanted a receipt to show that she's in hospital, and she couldn't prove that she was in hospital.
what was her name?
Crispy treat. She was a big contender on the channel, on the panelverse across America. She was like a co-star. That's how I met her, with Wiccan and Mal Pandora. But she used to be a lot on Powder Dusty, and Flow State back in the day, and even, but a lot, like, what's the other one that Mal was on in America? He was from Texas, I think. The Stoned but Not Alone. I mean, he was quite big in his day in the panelverse. Um, but I don't know. There's always grifters. You can never trust anyone on these streets. And the nicer they are, that's why I don't mind Peggy being obnoxious to me, because then at least it's honest. She's an obnoxious lady. She's she doesn't play with the crowd, although she likes to push the crowd. Once I was on White Rabbit, and well, I was just in the chat, and I reposted the live on my community page, and Peggy all of a sudden pops her head up in the chat, and she wants to tell White Rabbit, I know Lionel. Lionel is whatever. She wants to say, you can't trust Lionel. You can't trust Lionel. And then Rabbit said to Peggy, he said, don't worry, we know Lionel. Yeah, we know him well. I mean, there isn't anyone that we speak about that didn't watch Rose. And I used to listen to, even back in the days of the trailer park with Rabbit, she would be, because she's a Libran, she always wants to show the justice being good and finding a balance in things, and she would tell, because her people and her members would ask us, like, how can a woman question, how does this woman speak like these things? And she would like calm the crowd down. Don't worry, other people have different stories. We're not going to talk about that. It's all just a show. It's all just an act, which it is really all just an act with the Empress. I can't believe you didn't see the building. Her daddy's building. It's like, oh my Lord, women. And then Peggy thought Rose was broke. Please, that's what rich people speak like all the time. They always complain about how much money they spend and have to waste on bills. That's what rich people do.
I
That's
know.
their game.
That's all I've ever worked for is rich people, and I just want to roll my eye. I do roll my eyes. I catch myself sometimes if I'm rolling my eyes. It makes me want to puke.
Because that's when Peggy, I think that was the same time when Mission, Rose was so dumb, Mission saw her password for her email address, her Gmail address. And that's how he got into her, because she put it on the live stream for everybody to see. And you know how these people, these spies act. They'll screen grab every second of your fucking live. And that Peggy saw A bank statement. Oh, that's typical.
No, I saw it too.
Mate, she'll show the whole bank statement. She received $4,000 from this other man with a man's name. I said, no, but she's got tenants. People pay rent. People pay 6 months rent, 1 month rent. People pay her. Just because she talks about her Airbnb being closed doesn't mean she doesn't have long period stay tenants. The one house, I think it's her mom's house. I think there's a man that lives in half of the house. The rest of the house is part of the Airbnb. But now I think she's traveling. I think she's in California again. Did you see that?
No, I don't watch her. I
You
mean,
see her gay shower. The shower had a glory hole. I couldn't believe it. And then she explained what it was. To put your hand through to open the faucet for the shower to go on, because otherwise if you went in front and you switched it on, you would get wet. So there's a hole by the way you sit by the toilet, and you know everything's fancy with the glass shower, glass wall, but there's a hole in the wall for you to put your hand through. It's a very sneaky place to have a hole in the wall in the shower. Anyway, I thought it was a very gay shower. But she complained about the showers. Like, it's used to this modern look. It looks fancy, but it's not. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. If all the water is falling all over the fucking bathroom, then it's not working, is it?
I don't know. I'd have to see it myself. It sounds like she's doing a review or something.
Of the hotel. Let me show it to you quickly then. It was quite funny. I wonder if
I
she
don't
answered.
want her to think that I'm talking about her, because I'm not. I don't want her to.
No, you're not fighting her. What's the team rose? I can never find her Radical Rose account. It's the most difficult thing to do. Oh, she is back home. She's doing the eye patch thing again.
Well, that's
Where's
good.
the hotel room?
And I hope she's still dancing and staying in shape and stuff.
Oh, she did a live stream 4 days ago.
That's
I didn't
good.
see that. Where's the shower? Videos? It must be on Radical Rose. Yeah. It's Radical Rose, hey? Yeah, Radical Rose channel. Oh, there we go. That's easier. No shower either. Where did the video go? Every time she puts a video up, then she takes it down as soon as I comment. She's got all her videos back up. I can't believe it. Look at this. She put all her videos back up. Oh, this is time for war. Look at this. But where's the one? Oh, you don't want to see the Sippy. It's going to make you angry.
Your son, if that's really true, and he's the one that wrote back to whoever that was, I don't know who it was, and he said what he did, and that wasn't really your handwriting, then he's got a problem, girl. And so do your 2 daughters if they've really been contacted, because I'm telling you right now, you look in my eyeballs. I have never one time contacted not one of your kids. I don't work that way. I don't bring kids.
Yeah, but you are bringing them into it right now.
But grown or little. You do. You do. Just like you're doing with Lizzo's grandkids right now. Just like you did with Nicolina's daughter. Just like you've done with a bunch of kids. I can name them all, but I'm not going to.
There are no kids.
I won't sing to that.
Yeah, you're doing it right.
I did ask Lana, I said, can we go live on your channel, please? Because most everybody that's involved in this, they...
To point something out very quickly.
She's put them all back up.
Her name is Lizzo. She has a channel that only copies my work and criticizes and attacks me. I have blocked this woman. many times. Guys, I just want to off the cuff address this painful situationship with someone known as Lionel, Lord Dandy, grilled cheese, dandelion, whatever. This guy has been trolling me for 10 years, I think. And he used to be so silly in his videos that were mocking me that I didn't have time to worry about what he was doing because I had so many other people to worry about. And I just ignored him for many years. And then he'd come back into my channel with a new account and love bomb my dancing, or he would, suddenly be lovey-dovey. And then I would allow him in my world for a while he was love bombing me.
Yeah.
I think I know what's happening.
See, he doesn't even have a like from me.
So
this is back up.
Wait.
From 4 months ago.
Okay. And is that on her channel?
Radical Rose, yeah. Where she does the cakes and the grilled cheeses. And she was above the line, then below the line. Now, where's the one with the shower? I can't believe it's not here.
Okay, let me take a look at something because I think I know what they're doing. Hold on. Man, I hope she ain't doing this. Okay, I see that one. You sure that she took these down before?
Don't you remember when all of a sudden her channel was gone? And then she came back with no videos, no content. And now she's put these back up. Because otherwise it would have had a like from me. It's been re-put up. This wasn't there before.
Really?
Well, she
You're
messed
a
up.
liar about me. And you can't stop. And this is never ending. And it's tiring and it's a bore. And all the people in your chat are my personal haters.
I've got no one in my chat anymore, thanks to Sierra and Sierra and Dot.
Okay, I need to do something real quick. It won't take but a second.
Silly woman.
First, I need to get over here with there we go.
You can't find anything of me on my channel speaking badly of her. You can't find it. It might be there, but it's hidden away. It's gone. Oh, dear. Stupid woman.
I'm getting some stuff real quick, just in case. Man, I hope she didn't. This was a stupid move.
I agree.
She better not start nothing up because I will definitely use it.
It's one of her personalities have taken over.
I don't care what she calls it. Her name is Deborah Director.
What is it? Anne Boleyn.
I forgot that we're live. I didn't mean to say her name, but everybody knows it anyway.
Oh, delicious.
No, she don't need to be starting nothing up.
I think she wants to. That's what she was talking about the other day. She was talking. She met this old person in the theater and wants to put her in to do some directing for him on a play, and she's more interested in fighting on YouTube, basically. And he said he doesn't like the fighting on YouTube. I think she loves it. She loves it's banter to her, and she loves it when now you have to feel bad because of your reaction, knee-jerk reaction to her. What do you call it? It's called bullshit. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. It's
Well, I
the
object
word
to
is not bullshit,
bullshit.
but it's easy.
I object to your bullshit now.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, I'd rather have one of these cakes. You can name it Sippy Bullshit and just send it to me. I'll eat it. Sure will. I don't know. She just needs to stay out of this. She'll end up in that damn courtroom with Jack and facing her own charges too.
She doesn't mind. She got a lot of money. She paid.
The
That's
more
what
she's
rich
got,
people
the
do.
better. And if I got to do all this,
Pay
man,
for a
I'm
hitman.
hardcore. I'll fly you over here and you can live. You can live over there in Oregon, so you ain't got to worry about your gas.
Of course.
Oh my gosh, that's what I'm saying too. Oh well, I got enough there. I'm glad you seen that.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I don't know what this means, but anyway, at least it's out of mind. It's up. You know, any advertising is good advertising. But at least remember, my channel was called Lionel Royale, and that's why I had to find a name for my channel, because she just says my name all the time, and not in a good way. Well, she did those days. So that's when then I decided, okay, grilled cheese it is. I first became Morning Glory, then grilled cheese.
I liked it when you was grilled cheese.
Mm.
I
But
thought
then I
that.
was my worst. Then I was really fighting her. But not fighting. Just I had a backbone. I had a backbone to stand up for myself. And the community got a little bit bigger because there was a joint communal feeling of she just nasty. She's just nasty like that. So it's like a gossip. People love misery, so that misery attracts.
Yeah, and too, it depends on what you want your channel to be about. What you
Well,
know.
that's also true. Very, very true.
Yeah,
It's you have to keep a level head.
and I
But
don't
then
want my channel to be about all that.
if you're a hate channel like Sierra is a hate channel for Dolly Vision and his girlfriend PJ Vision, and she's more in tears than in laughter. She's forever miserable because she has to be hating on Dolly and PJ. That's ridiculous. Then you wonder why. This is like when Rose would go off on a rant, which sometimes was funny. Her own words were hurting her, and that's what she doesn't see. It doesn't matter what you say in some bad word to somebody else. Your entire body and life hears and vibrates from the words that come out of your mouth.
Yep.
So what's the time there now? 7 o'clock. 7 a.m.
It's 8:01.
8. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that we got to go live for a little bit. I just wanted to say howdy doody, and
Yeah, thank you very much for
I really don't know when I'll
offering.
go back. I'll miss getting on here and talking and stuff, but I don't think that I'll be able to get on here and talk about stuff because I know people are going to start asking questions about things, and it's hard to just bounce around it. But when you do a action in a legal way to where you're looking for a civil and a possible federal lawsuit, you can't be talking, especially online or anything.
It's
So
true. Yeah. That's not true.
just a few people I'm wanting to let know because I don't have emails for everybody and I don't want them worrying about me or nothing like that. So if you hear anybody ask, well, where is Sippy? Is she okay? Because I know some people do concern themselves, and I thank them for the prayers they've been doing about me being sick and everything. If you do hear anything, just let them know that I'm having to take a break because of legal reasons or something.
You said you were going mainstream.
Yeah, I am. What that means is I'm doing whatever it's going to take. Um, Not just in a legal way, but if I have to, I'm putting myself back into the public eye because I am going to honor my son. Just like I'm going to bring my name back. This defamation they've done on my name is going to be wiped away. And the awful things they have said about my son and my babies are going to be wiped away. And the only way to do that is for me to put my face and my name back out into the public. And that's exactly what I'm going to do along with this lawsuit. I'm going to prove my connections. That's what they want. That's what they're going to get. And that's what they're going to pay for.
Oh dear.
And I'm going to make
Never
it
a dull
that
moment.
everybody else is going to know about it. And people will think twice before they keep acting that way online. This is what I do, Lionel. When I see bad stuff, people don't shut the hell up and start doing better. Then I take action. When I worked in a nursing home and I saw that shit going on, I told them, you better straighten your ass up and do better. And they didn't. I tried to do something about it.
It's shocking how they treat the aged.
Yeah, somebody got to stand up and do something about it. I did. And then I seen it again and worse. And I stood up and done something about it. Now I see this shit. And I'm standing up and doing something about it. Especially when you come at me. But if I see it happening to somebody else, I come at you a whole lot faster than if you're coming at me. But when you do come at me, and I stand up and do something about it, I think I would call Tennessee and ask them how they felt when I did something about it to them. And that was suing a whole big organization. I'm gonna sue your ass. You ain't shit compared to them.
I can't stand this suing business.
I can't either. I didn't want to do it. I've been putting it off. Why do you think I've been putting it off and off and off when I know I got it in the palm of my hand?
It takes forever in the courts.
It does.
And
And it takes a lot out of you. It ain't fun.
you have to have a lot of patience.
It ain't fun. It can be traumatizing.
I bought these new glasses, but they look stupid. I think they look really, really look stupid.
Let me see.
But I need to have a spare set in case I break these ones.
Yeah,
So
always.
these were. So I got these. My ears are skewed. Doesn't look that bad, but they're just cheapies. So it gives more of a glare than this one. These ones are very, very good, actually.
Well, wait a minute. I'm over here at this thing. Let me get back over
You're not
straight.
looking.
Well, where am I at? Oh, there I am over here. Oh, now let me see them. Okay, put them back on. I'm just now seeing.
They're blue.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they look good.
Because the other day I've got a pair. Now I don't even, when I go take the dogs for a walk, I leave the glasses in the car. If I need to take a call, I can take a call, but I don't, you don't need to read anything. You know what I'm saying? Because the last time, then I had to pick the dogs up because there was other dogs that wanted to kill my dogs. So I picked my dogs up, and then by picking them up and walking through the bush, because the grass is so long, I keep the glasses on my t-shirt here in the middle, and they just popped off somewhere in the long grass somewhere. So you have to have a spare. You have to have a spare.
Well, I have to. I can't see nothing without mine no more. Can't read nothing. I mean, I can't read nothing. Well, I mean,
when did you have to start readers? It happened to me in 2020 in lockdown. I borrowed. You would borrow my mother's glasses, my mother's readers, and then I had to realize now I've got to buy my own readers now. I couldn't even see my phone anymore. All in lockdown 2020.
It's been years for me.
Okay.
I'm supposed to have prescription glasses, bifocals, but it don't do me any good because my eyesight changes up all throughout the day.
Oh. Because all your shape shifting.
No, it's because of a medication that I take. It's affecting my eyesight, and I'm trying to wean off of it now.
Yeah, I have a cousin, and she, when she was young, she had, one of those kids that had to have a patch over the one eye, and I mean, they were like saucers, like the bottom of glasses, real drinking glasses as her glasses. And she had a squint on her. And then as she got older, you grow up, you become a pretty girl, then you don't wear the spectacles, you wear contacts. And then we were speaking close up, like, face to face. And I was looking at her eyes and I said, "Have you got your contacts in?" She says, "No, I don't wear contacts anymore." I said, "But you used to wear glasses." She says, "It's a miracle." The one day she got up and she was doing her makeup in the mirror, and she said she realized she didn't have her contacts in and she could see properly. And now she doesn't wear contacts and she doesn't wear glasses.
Wow.
Crazy.
I just love for the Lord to restore my sight.
That's like restoring. That's like asking the Lord for a facelift.
Well, though, even as a kid, I've always liked to read. I can't tell you the books I've read. And
Mm,
I always thanked God for my eyesight. And I remember when we learned the five senses, as they say,
yeah,
hearing, touch, feel, all that stuff. Uh, I thought to myself, oh gosh, I hope I don't ever lose my eyesight, because if I lost my eyesight, then I wouldn't be able to read. I never once thought about I wouldn't be able to see the trees or the sky or nothing. I thought I can't be able to read because I wanted to
yeah.
read. And but this is the one thing that is really, really failing on me is my eyesight.
It's
And
terrible, Sippy. It's
it is,
terrible.
because if I could read, I would not be on this laptop as much as I am.
Yeah,
I'd have
yeah,
me a book in my hand, because I wouldn't want Kindle. I don't want to listen to a book being read to me through some audio. I want that
yeah,
book in my hand. I want to feel it, smell it. I like a book, a paperback.
yeah. I feel the same.
Yeah,
Not that I do read, but I like to have the book instead
yeah,
of an e-book. I want
yeah.
to have the book, the real
Any
thing.
day. Yeah, that Twilight Zone thing's coming true. I don't know if you ever saw that episode where they no longer need a librarian, they no longer need books.
No,
Well, it's,
and then,
well,
well, that's come to pass.
oh yeah, I mean, books will no longer be needed. And I remember when I watched it as a kid, I said, "Oh no, that can't ever come true. We got to have books." I was throwing a fit. Mama said,
Wow.
"Oh, that ain't gonna happen." I said, "Yeah, they might do it." And sure enough, every Twilight Zone episode that I watched as a kid, I look to it now, and I see nearly every single one of them's come true.
Wow.
I'm talking about the short episodes by Rod Sterling, whatever
Yeah.
his name is.
Yeah, I used to watch them. I used to watch them a lot. That's what you grew up with.
Yeah.
Mm, mm. Well, they say that with, I don't know if you've seen it also with The Simpsons. There's another movie that, um, what's his name? Uh, he was this famous Hollywood actor. The movie's called Snake Eyes. Let me get it to you. Snake Eyes.
Um.
And it's exactly the same as, it's got the same names and the same assassination way the guy is assassinated is the same as a Charlie Kirk story. Snake Eyes. Let me put it in here. Snake Eyes, the most commonly refers to iconic masked commando nomad, the movie.
I'm gonna write it down.
There. 1993. Nicolas Cage. Snake Eyes. And the guy that gets killed, his name is Kirk. And the assassin is called the same assassin as Charlie Kirk's assassin. Can you believe that? The same names. And the movie's from 1998. I mean, the characters in the movie.
Yeah.
And then you see the way the lead lady dresses. And then you see Erica Kirk's first appearance after the death of Charlie Kirk. And Erica Kirk is also dressed in white. Who dresses in white to your husband's funeral? Anyway, let me just ask you, would you wear white to your husband's funeral?
No,
Or your son's funeral?
no.
You don't do that. There's something wrong with that. There's something very wrong with that whole setup. I'm sorry. Tyler Robinson is the assassin, and in the movie in 1998, is T. Robinson is also the assassin. It's just too uncanny. Like the Simpsons comics with Donald Trump coming down the escalators in 2016, the same thing happened. These people are time travelers. Oh, but that's what they've released now. Trump has released Area 51 is being taken over by the military, and the documents are being released to say that America has the power of time-space control. Time-space change. Control. What's time-space? Time-space.
Energy?
No, it's to move. Time-space continuum. Meaning. Time-space continuum is the mathematical and physical model that merges 3 dimensions of space, length, width, and height, with the single dimension of time into the single unified 4-dimensional fabric. Formulated by Einstein's theory of relativity, it states that space and time are interconnected rather than separate, with gravity arising from the warping of the structure of this structure by matter. Yeah.
Exactly where you are, or particularly your geographical position in space. Anything can be located with these usual 3 dimensions of space, which is the system people use around the world to describe where a particular object or person is. However, what if a 4th dimension, time, is added to the mix? This is the idea on which the concept of space-time is based. Time. How do we define it? And more abstractly, how do we perceive and experience it? In our daily lives, we perceive time as a constant entity, one that proceeds independently of everything else. Whether you're in New York City or Mumbai, time proceeds at the same pace and in the same direction, namely, forward. Indeed, this is how time is characterized in classical physics. What you might not know is that this definition has some limitations, and as such, there are many phenomena that the principles of classical physics cannot explain. This is where quantum mechanics comes in. Famous physicists Albert Einstein and Max Planck are considered the pioneers of this branch of physics. As early as 1905, Einstein proposed a now widely popular theory that the speed of light is independent of the motion of all observers, and that space and time are interconnected in a single continuum. This theory, which is now a cornerstone of modern and quantum physics, is known as Einstein's special theory of relativity. Einstein's proposed idea of a single continuum, where space and time are interwoven, is what people call space-time. According to this theory, time, which has traditionally been considered an independent entity according to the principles of classical physics, is affected when a body moves through space. This happens because, according to the theory, time and space are connected and part of a single continuum, called space-time. One of the very popular examples of this is that if you, hypothetically, were to move incredibly fast and approach the speed of light, time would slow down for you. Einstein also hypothesized that observers in relative motion with each other will disagree on the timing of simultaneous events. Put simply, if one observer says that they observed 2 given events occur at the same time, another observer, who is in relative motion with the first one, will disagree, saying that those events happened at different times. After bringing to the world his idea about space-time and how both space and time were inextricably connected, he continued to work on his theory to study how massive objects impact the fabric of space-time, and subsequently introduced gravity to the mix. As a result, the general theory of relativity was published in 1915, a decade after the special theory of relativity. Classically, gravity has been defined in alignment with Sir Isaac Newton's 3 laws of motion: a force of attraction that exists between 2 bodies, regardless of how small or massive they are. You, watching this video, are currently being pulled by the center of the Earth towards it. This is what keeps you from floating off into the air. According to the general theory of relativity, however, all objects exist in the continuum of space-time and distort the space-time around them. It is this distortion that pulls in other bodies, giving rise to the force of gravitation. Think of it this way. Imagine space-time to be a tightly stretched trampoline. If you put a large object in the center, it will press down on the trampoline and create a dimple on the surface. Now, if you roll a marble on the trampoline, it will spiral inward towards the dimple, as if it were being pulled in by the dimple of the trampoline. Although this is a very famous method to visualize the concept of space-time, remember that it's a very oversimplified analogy and doesn't provide the complete picture of gravity or the general theory of relativity. Distortions in space-time give rise to some really fascinating phenomena. When light in space bends around an enormous object, say a black hole, the object acts as a lens. This is called gravitational lensing, and it helps us see objects that lie millions of miles behind the object operating as a lens. We have a separate video on gravitational lensing and how it works. You can find a link to that video in the description. Even Earth, through its rotational motion on its axes, causes a distortion in space-time that affects space objects, natural or man-made, in its vicinity. Everything causes distortions in space-time, and these distortions help us a lot to enhance our understanding of the incredible universe in which we live.
I don't know, Sippy, did you ever see the movie Donnie Darko?
Probably years ago.
Yeah, so in that movie, it was the best way for you to see a wormhole. And so that's what Donnie Darko was about. It was about going into the future, basically, or going to another time in space and disappearing. And that's what the American military can do. They can look through a wormhole into anywhere and anytime and any place. That's what I was saying. It's not magic. It's not magic. It's
well. Have you looked into the Back to the Future stuff and all the stuff that was in that was predicted for what came, and even the stuff about Donald Trump?
yes.
I've been meaning to go back and watch that movie again.
But I mean, Trump, I think, has already said he's been a space traveler, a time traveler. And it's not that your body goes into the future, but it's your mind. It's like astral traveling, as far as I can understand it.
Well, I can.
And it's your inner eye that can go through these wormholes and I'll land up in Tennessee, wherever you are sitting next to you. But I'm not there, but I can see you.
Well, that might be what happened.
You don't see me, but I see you. Or I do see you. I don't know. It's like, beam me up, Scotty, in Star Trek. It's that type of effect. They can beam you to somewhere, another place in time.
Well,
or see what you're doing in another space or time. Like a looking glass, like the mirror on the wall type of effect. That's what they do with magic. They do mirror magic, eh?
Well, I do know that we have parallel
universe.
I want to call it
world.
Yeah.
Do you think so? Do you think so? That's what in that movie
I've
Fringe.
been into it. I used to could see through that veil very clearly when I was a kid, and it just got more foggier and foggier as I got older. I couldn't see through it as well. And I always knew that it was parallel. It was side by side. And a lot of people used to say, no, it's stacked like a cake. And I'd always say, no, it's not. I said that a long time ago when I didn't even know really why they kept saying it was stacked like a cake. But I knew that because I could see it when I was a kid. I could see into it.
That's our problem, you see. We taught things when we are young and we really honor what they teach us. But how do we know what we know to be true just because we believe them? And then the facts change, but we don't find out the new facts, you know? You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
I know only because I had personal experience and I know what I saw, and I grew up seeing it every day of my life for years. And then it just, as I got growing up, for some reason it began to fade. Like wasn't supposed to be able to see it for a while, but I know it's there.
Wow.
It's like I was in there as well as in here. It's weird.
My mother can see around corners. Do you know that? I've experienced that. She'll be sitting where she sits, and I'll be doing something in my room, and then she'll say something about what I just did. Yeah,
Um, I've had this man walk that I know was in the bed in his pajamas that I was taking care of, and me walk not even 15 steps away from him and stop, and then him walk right past me in his day clothes, and me turn and look at him and say, "What are you doing?" And he just walks past me, goes back to his bedroom. I sit down what I'm doing, follow him in there, and there he lays in his bed, still sound asleep in his pajamas.
I've experienced that as well. They're like holograms, but I don't think they had holographic technology like
No,
that in those days for
no.
you.
To me, that
They've
was
got they've got that technology now.
mm-mm. No, that wasn't what that was.
Weird. Yeah, I think Trump has released the Area 51 classified files to try and counteract the island files, you know, the PDF files saga.
I don't know.
YouTube doesn't want us to talk about the Steen and the Stein.
I haven't been following anything.
Ah, no, I love to get up, but it's basically what news is just rich man's gossip. It's they're gossiping about the elite. If we never knew anything, it would be all the better. You know, that's why it's not good to watch the news. It just makes you emotional, makes you choose, and you make judgment. That's like there's what's her name, Miss Louisiana, Miss Beefcake. She's on, like, you know, like a true American mama bear would grab a bone like a dog and run with it. It's this Nancy Guthrie. Have you heard about that kidnapping?
Yes. Yeah.
And it'll keep you up at night for nothing. It's out of your hands, you know. I mean, but that's what the newscasters, even mainstream news, they just come up. It's gossip. It's the gossip of the day. Did you hear about this? Did you hear about that? And it's, look, it gets the most views. If it bleeds, it leads. And misery loves company. What is it in human nature that loves it? Or are we programmed to love it, to get addicted to it? The first time I started watching the news in the day, CNN came live into South Africa. Why? Because it was the first invasion of Iraq. Iraq. Anyway, Sippy, I think we need to end the show. It's been very nice chatting with you. I really appreciate having you up on a
Well,
Sunday afternoon in Africa.
I've
If
enjoyed
anybody watching,
it.
please give a thumbs up.
Well, as soon as we, uh, as a matter of fact, I'm going to do it right this second. Um, just a second, Lionel. Oh, let's see. Okay. I just replied back to the email that we did.
Okay.
So
Okay.
go check it as soon as we get off here, okay?
Okay, we'll do.
All right.
Okay.
And I look forward to you telling me more about that I just
Yeah,
sent you.
your natal chart. I'll do it later. I got to go cook now, dinner.
Okay. All right. I'll
Yeah.
talk to you later and
Thank you
have a
very
good day.
much for having the good idea of let's do this live thing. And it
All right,
worked good
Tick.
for you. At least you were awake. At least you were awake.
Yeah. I
Not
was
many
waiting.
people in America were awake, you know,
Well, that's good, really. It'd
especially
be
the
better
West
for them to
Coast.
play. And then if
Especially
they
the West
will,
Coast. They
yeah.
have something to look at now when they wake up.
Yeah, and so just, Peggy got something to say, she might want to think like 3 times because
No, she'll never show her face. She's a punk, like Peggy
uh
the punk.
she'll have to show her face eventually because that's what I'm giving them this warning about. Um, sh- it ain't a warning, it's a fact. She's already involved. You should have quit a long time ago, Peggy.
She's just a
Anyway,
gossiper. She's a
well,
gossiper.
uh, anyway, you're not a doctor. You can't diagnose anybody either. I mean, I was a nurse for years, and I don't diagnose. I know better. Anyway, you better get to waving your red flag. You know that red flag you like to do? You should have known you were the red flag. How do you know? Because you're nothing but somebody that has a bunch of sharks around you. But you don't understand. I took life saving, uh, what is it? The life guard as well. And I'm a warrior. Okay? No, you need to go sit down, girl. Any boy, whoever the hell you are, little instigating shit. Anyway, Lionel, have a good day. I love you, and talk to you later. At
Thank
some
you,
time.
Sippy.
All right, we're
Have a
almost
good
done anyway.
Sunday.
All right,
Hope you get warmer. Go get something to eat.
I am. I'll talk to you later.
Take
Bye.
care. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Love you lots. Ciao. Ciao. Bye. Well, thank you very much for joining me. This has been a wonderful afternoon. At least I'm sober in the daytime because no day drinking. Well, Sippy has her challenges, and I hope and I pray that it all works out better. I'm sure there is, like Nancy, or is it Nancy? Oh, Nancy Guthrie said, there has to be a good gene or a good cell in everybody out there. And that's what you have to bank on, that hopefully there's a good part in a bad person too. And hopefully they see the light. Unchange and move on and go to greener pastures, as the seniors do. Red flag, Peggy, I love you. Peggy, Peggy. What you doing, Peggy? Anyway, remember, life does get tougher every day, and we get smarter in turn. It's harder, but we have to try a little bit harder every day, and it does get better. And you know what? This wheels in the sky and the stars in the sky still keep on turning. And whatever happens out there in the greater cosmos happens in your mind and body and soul, and on this earth too. Be ready for any earthquakes, yeah, tsunamis, heavy weather storms. Be prepared. And more gossip. Yes, stay grounded, stay happy. Peace, shalom, salam alaikum, ek is lief vir jou, ek liebe dich, siyabonga, rialabonga, diabonga. Remember to subscribe. Join the motherfucking high vibe tribe. Yeah. Why? Because I know you can. And share this video with a friend. Or just give me a thumbs up and comment as you see fit. Tschüss, sayonara, au revoir, tot ziens. Mwah, ek is lief vir jou, ek liebe dich, siyabonga, rialabonga, diabonga, hamburger, salagach, tschüss, sayonara, au revoir, tot ziens, obrigado.